make sure you're subscribed to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It shows the most, that's the most. JerCrispy, we're back in that video. South Park just went full brain rot. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media, go public. Scream. We're on the road to 500. Let's get it.
Labubu's.
I love the blue one.
They're everywhere.
Hey, don't give me a little boo-boo. I don't give a fuck with y'all niggas. I'm gonna collect me a little couple of them boo-boos. Them little boo-boos.
I can't escape them.
Mm.
Leave me alone. Please just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, what a terrible nightmare. It feels like I can't escape those things. Oh, look at that. They just dropped a teaser for the new South Park episode. Thank God. Something to finally take my mind off these weird dolls. Wait, no, leave me alone. Please just leave me alone. So the new episode of South Park just came out, and honestly, when I saw the teaser, I could not contain my excitement. We were gonna get a whole episode all about Labubu's, the hit new collectible that women all across the nation are dying to get their hands on. But of course, I'm not like all the other guys. I love Labubu's. I keep them all over my bag I bring to my local matcha shop where I study feminist literature and listen to Claro. I'm also 6'3", by the way. I mean, you know me. Pilates, sipping Labubu Dubai chocolate matcha latte with AirPods in, bumping the Nelk Boys Netanyahu podcast.
Like Burger King over McDonald's?
That's your worst take, I think.
Where am I? What happened? Dude, you had another performative male consumerist episode. Oh, really? Again? Damn, I really need to get off TikTok. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I wrote this script at like 3:30 in the morning, and it all made a lot more sense when I was writing it. I have no clue what any of this means. I am so sorry. Let's get back to talking about this new episode of South Park. In all seriousness, it was a pretty solid episode. They went after all sorts of things: tariffs, Christianity, satanic rituals, Labubus, Fox News, the president, and of course, Satan Mpreg. Which was definitely a bold choice, but I respect it. Overall, this episode had plenty of funny moments and scathing commentary, and I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's the best of the season, but it's definitely a step up from the previous episode in my opinion. So now, let's get to talking about Jesus being a school counselor, Satan being pregnant, and of course, the Labubu addiction sweeping the nation. Speaking of bad habits, I personally have quite a few of them, and I have a tendency to mindlessly start reaching for them whenever I'm stressed or bored, but that's not a problem for me anymore thanks to today's sponsor, Fume. Fume
Get the fuck out of my
at home.
face. Don't start your bullshit.
A free Fume topper, an awesome the QR code on the screen to get your thank you to Fume for sponsoring this video.
Part 1. Huh?
The episode opens with two girls discussing their new Labubus in the hall. Cartman quickly takes notice and lets everyone know it's about to go down. When one of the girls accuses the other of potentially having a bootleg Labubu, things escalate very quickly and they start throwing hands. So fun fact, the blonde girl who—
Is it wrong to have a bootleg Labubu? I mean, like the only reason why I would get a Labubu for like style, like put it like pants, like the pants hold like a little keychain or some shit. Have it like walking with me on some shit. That's the only like chance I get like a little boo-boo for it.
Whose name is Betsy, is actually voiced by Trey Parker's 12-year-old daughter, Betty. And I have to imagine that your dad asking you to say this kind of stuff has to be the most fun a 12-year-old could possibly have.
If anyone's fake, it's probably yours, you fat bitch. Suck it, shit.
So the girls get sent to the counselor, who is Jesus, after Mr. Mackey went to work for ICE. He's pretty confused by all of this, and he asks the same question that I'm sure much of my older audience is asking right now.
What is a Labubu?
So if you don't know, Labubus are these little monster doll things from Hong Kong which have absolutely exploded in popularity in recent times. Their whole gimmick is that you buy a box and you don't know what kind you're going to get until you open it, with some Labubus being much rarer than others. The rarest, most coveted ones have sold for upwards of tens of thousands of dollars. Essentially, they're just collectible accessories that you get by gambling and flex on your friends with. Now this is the part where the cynical side of me wants to talk about how this is so dumb and I just don't understand it, but given my past addiction to opening Counter-Strike right cases, I'm not gonna lie, I totally understand it. So Jesus decides the best way to prevent any more fights is to just confiscate the dolls for the rest of the day. Meanwhile, Butters is on the playground with Scott Malkinson and Dougie when Red comes up and asks him nervously if he wants to come to her birthday party. He's absolutely shocked that she would ask him to come, but he agrees to come, and she sends him her birthday wish list, which is less of a list and more of just a single item, a Labubu. So of course to us, it's immediately clear that Red is trying to manipulate Butters into buying her the Labubu by making him think that she's interested in him romantically, which reminded me a lot of the Raisins episode from back in season 7. But of course, Butters is just as clueless as usual.
I think on Saturday I'm going to find out if red-haired girls have a red bush.
Now, what I found very funny about this line in particular is that it reestablishes a character trait.
I still fuck with the South Park game to this day, and I know that's gonna be a crazy ass shit when we play that during the series. So y'all buckle up when that happened and down and all that stuff. South Park. I mean, how do I feel about Little Boo-Boos? I mean, they cool. I feel like it's cool to get like a few of them. Now you end up like 50 Labubu's. I'm like, damn, you was a big fan. The guaranteed amount I'm probably would get probably like a strong 5. Probably like 5 Labubu's. And just wear them for style. Like, just that's it. Like, real talk.
Butters that we haven't seen since season 14, and that's that he is canonically obsessed with bushes.
I never seen that part of a lady. Do they all got a hedge like that?
I don't know if they just wanted to make this joke and the fact that it was Butters was just a coincidence, but I like to think it was intentional and I really appreciated it. So Butters goes to visit the Asian pop-up shop, which is just City Walk converted into an Asian pop-up shop. And when Butters mentions this, Lou Kim explains what has changed.
Didn't you hear the news? Walkie's dead.
I thought this was a funny callback to one of the major through lines of the season, that Woke is officially dead, which is what Cartman was complaining about back in the first episode. So Butters tries to buy the specific Labubu that Red wants, but Lou Kim explains the whole mystery box thing that I explained a second ago. So Butters is forced to buy a mystery box, which is significantly more expensive because of the tariffs in place, which Lou Kim explains the economics of to Butters.
Yeah, you gotta pay tariff. You think I pay tariff? No, you pay tariff.
Using Labubus to comment on how tariffs push the expenses to the customer rather than the company was a pretty clever way to make the point, but what I really liked about this scene was all the callbacks we got to previous episodes. For example, Lou Kim selling various Chinpokomons, which honestly the whole Labubu plot of this episode reminded me a lot of the original Chinpokomon episode, so I'm glad they threw that Easter egg in. And of course the fact that we got to see Wing again, which I totally didn't expect. If you don't know, Wing was established as Lou Kim's wife in her own episode back in season 9. The character is actually a parody of a real woman, and her appearance in the episode has an insane backstory, which is way too much to explain in this video, so I recommend you go check out my Every South Park Celebrity Parody Explained video if you want to know more. But yeah, it was super cool to see her again. I'm pretty sure it was her first speaking role since that episode back in season 9, which is just insane. We then cut to a Fox News alert whose reporters are busy asking Donald Trump about only the most pressing issues.
Are you fucking Satan?
Huh?
Fucking Satan.
Meanwhile, Jesus is in a meeting at school with the rest of the staff, expressing his concern over the amount of fights that have broken out because of the Labubus. The rest of the teachers show him a Labubu unboxing TikTok, which quickly takes a very dark turn.
Okay, let's see. Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right, cause she
Labubus are
right, cause she just did that. She the only one did her research to do that stupid stuff. And where did she get this chicken from? Where she did chalk chicken and all that stuff? Ain't no way you research that and then say, let me do some stuff like that. Like, oh, what?
demonic.
I don't know if they come that way from China or their kids are infusing them with some Sumerian dark entity.
It's Mesopotamian.
Honestly, this was probably my favorite scene from the whole episode. Making the rare Labubus be used in demonic rituals was a hilarious way to make fun of the cult-like following these things have developed. And also, it's actually become a pretty popular conspiracy that Labubus are actually demonic, being based on the Mesopotamian demon Pazuzu, known for bringing chaos to the world. Now, the creator says that Labubus were actually inspired by Nordic fairy tales and mythology, and that there's nothing demonic about them, but of course, that's exactly what a Satanist would say to keep a low profile. But because Christian conservative mothers like to call every new trend demonic and get all of their information directly from Facebook, there's a large portion of teenage girls who may never be allowed to own their very own Labubu. How tragic. So Butters didn't get the right Labubu, so when he goes back to buy another mystery box, he finds out that the price has gone up even more due to the tariffs. He can't even afford to buy a new one, so Liu Kim tells him to try to win it out of the claw machine, which is basically still gambling to get the one that you want. We get another breaking news alert from Fox, who continues to glaze Trump for his relationship with Satan.
I think the president is definitely fucking Satan, and I love it.
Yeah, this whole bit is not exactly subtle. So Jesus goes to investigate the Asian pop-up shop, and he warns Liu Kim that the dolls are cursed. And I thought Liu Kim's response was incredibly funny.
Yeah, no shit, they cursed. It's called tariff. You passed it along. I the curse, I put the curse on you. It's like a egg.
While they're distracted, Butters manages to get lucky and win the rare Labubu, and he dips out before Jesus can warn him. So meanwhile, at the White House, Satan is feeling pretty down about all of this when, of course, my new favorite character shows up just in time to comfort him.
Why are you so sad?
I genuinely think this is the one bit from this season that will never get old to me. I don't know what it is, but JD Vance's character is so funny and I can never get enough of it. So Satan reveals to Vance that he can't leave because of something inside a box, but he's not willing to reveal what it is yet. So Butters shows up to Red's party with the new Labubu, and Red absolutely loses her mind, telling Butters how much she loves him. And with this Labubu, the ritual can take place. But Butters doesn't really seem to understand what's going on.
We're gonna go upstairs and do it!
Whoa, we're gonna what?
She immediately gets started with the ritual, and Butters watches on in horror as the Dark One is summoned. Satan ends up showing up as well, which of course means that Fox News has the coverage. But just as Satan goes to leave, Jesus shows up to face him. And honestly, I was half expecting them to start throwing hands like they did back in season 1, but instead Jesus just commands him to leave this realm. Seeing no other option, Satan finally confirms the rumors about him and Trump and says that he can't leave because he's pregnant. Okay.
Wow.
Fox News then calls on to their resident scientist to confirm that this is indeed possible.
The term is butt baby.
And most importantly, they cut to Kid Rock being overcome with emotion upon hearing the news. The episode ends with Jesus banning Labubus and TikTok from school, and Butters and Red both get 3 weeks detention. So now let's talk about what I liked about this episode and what all of this could mean.
Oh god, terrible. Hey, part 2. Moving forward, you already know.
So without a doubt, my favorite part of this episode was definitely the satanic rituals being done with Labubus. I'm a massive
How is that your favorite part? How is that all the thing that is your favorite part? Man, I don't even want to watch this. I don't even want to watch this part no more, man. Skip through this, man. Go on to the next one.
He's always funny, and he ended up being a pretty appropriate choice to play the role of the company passing the tariff expenses off to the customer, considering his long history of bizarre business ventures. It was also nice to have Jesus play a leading role in an episode again. It's been a very long time since he's truly been one of the main focuses of an episode, and I thought he worked really well here, essentially playing the straight man to contrast just how absurd all of the Labubu demon worship stuff was. He had some pretty funny moments, and the parallels with this episode and season 1's Damien were definitely not lost on me. You know, Satan having a child and having an epic showdown with Jesus, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought Butters was also pretty great in this episode. Like I mentioned earlier, I love the random callback to his bush obsession, and I really enjoyed the similarities that this episode had with Raisins. Although one thing that is kind of different is that it seems like Red might actually like Butters, at least a little bit, but I mean, who knows? It definitely was set up to make it seem like she was just using him. And I didn't mention it earlier, but at the end of the episode when Jesus is talking to Butters and Red, Butters says this.
Yeah, I'm not having sex for a long time.
The reason I didn't mention it earlier is because I really didn't understand that line. Like, you didn't even have sex. Why would you say that? But literally, as I'm writing the script, I just realized that Butters still thinks they did have sex and that the whole satanic ritual thing is just how you have sex. And now that I understand that, that is actually a pretty hilarious line. Satan also played a big role in the episode, and for me personally, it will always be funny to have the devil play the role of a soft, sensitive, dejected lover trying to navigate a toxic relationship. That's a huge part of what made the South Park movie so great, and it's great here as well.
Alright, bro. Yeah, alright, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, follow our social media pop on the screen. We ain't about to finish the rest of this, man. Y'all know what this nigga just going back explaining about this. We're on the road to 500, and I'm out.